Narrative paradigm and group dynamics. Walter Fisher's narrative paradigm challenges views of communication that center logical argumentation and empirical reasoning. Fisher contends that humans are fundamentally storytelling animals and that we make decisions based on narrative rationality rather than so-called pure logic. Now, Fisher's theory is built on two key concepts: narrative coherence and narrative fidelity. Narrative coherence refers to how well a story hangs together. Does it make sense? Are its characters and events internally consistent? In a group setting, this means that if an explanation, plan, or vision statement contains contradictions, missing details, or inconsistencies, the group is less likely to accept it as credible. A story with high coherence has a clear beginning, middle, and end, with logical cause and effect relationships between events. It maintains structural consistency, ensuring that the plot follows logical sequences. It maintains material consistency, aligning with known facts or existing stories. And it maintains characterological consistency, ensuring that people in the story act in ways that make sense based on their motivations. In addition to all this, narratives need to demonstrate fidelity. Narrative fidelity refers to how well a story rings true based on the listener's experiences, values, and beliefs. Fidelity matters because people trust stories that align with their cultural norms and lived experiences. Fidelity is attuned to truthfulness, shared values, and the past. If a story aligns with what a group already perceives as true or valid, it is more likely to be accepted. Although intended to be more of a general theory about communication and persuasion, narrative paradigm can help us understand and explain group and leadership dynamics and how these dynamics function in relation to other group communication theories and concepts. Let's look at narrative as a persuasive tool. In group discussions, narratives are used to justify decisions, influence opinions, and establish credibility. A leader, for example, can share a personal story about overcoming obstacles to inspire team members. Likewise, when a group is deciding on a course of action, a story that illustrates potential risks or rewards may have a greater impact than just raw data and statistics. Let's look at how narrative coherence can affect decision-making. When group members evaluate different viewpoints, they assess how internally consistent and plausible each account is. If someone presents an argument filled with contradictions or lacking a logical flow, it is likely to be dismissed, even if it contains factual information. A well-structured and coherent story, however, can be more influential, even if it is subjective. Before a group even considers whether a proposal or vision is in line with their values and norms, they consider whether it is coherent on its own. And what is the relationship between narrative fidelity and group values? Well, in any group, decisions are influenced by shared norms and values. When evaluating different proposals, the group is more likely to support the one that aligns with their existing beliefs, values, and experiences. For example, if an organization values innovation, a proposal that is framed with stories about past successful innovations will be more persuasive than one that relies on simple cost-benefit analysis apart from the group values. While Fisher's original theory focused on narrative as a mode of reasoning, we can extend it to practical group communication settings. Here are 3 ways. 1. Group identity formation through narrative. Groups establish their identity through shared narratives. Origin stories, for example, can serve to define who group members are and what they stand for. Origin stories are shared by friend groups, families, organizations, and more. Reinforcing these narratives and incorporating them regularly into group activities will strengthen group cohesion and commitment. 2. Conflict resolution through narrative reframing. Group conflicts often arise from competing narratives. Members may see the same situation in fundamentally different ways. Instead of trying to resolve conflicts through pure logic, an effective approach is to reframe the narrative to draw attention to places where group members align. For example, if 2 departments within an organization are in conflict over resources, a leader can construct a unifying narrative that emphasizes shared organizational goals rather than competition over shared resources. 3. Leadership and the power of storytelling. Great leaders leverage narrative to motivate, unify, and edify. Fisher's theory suggests that the most influential leaders are those who tell stories that resonate with their audience, creating a sense of purpose and direction. Whether it's a CEO outlining a vision for the company, a coach inspiring a team before a game, or a big sister encouraging her siblings during a hard time, the ability to tell compelling stories is a critical leadership skill. Thanks for listening.